The episode you're about to watch is a product review of a pellet smoking tube. I wanted to make a quick note that since filming this review a couple weeks ago, I've learned there's a better way to use this product that will likely have different results. So I thought whether or not to release this review or wait until I tried the other method. Since this product came with no instructions whatsoever, I still stand behind this review and I think it's valid. Additionally, it features two of my favorite recipes that I think you guys will enjoy. I'll be following this review up with a part 2 using the better method, and we'll see if my results and opinions change. Let's roll the episode. Welcome back to Barbecue Recipe Reviews. This week we've got another product review. We're going to be taking a look at one of these. This is a pellet smoking tube. These guys are getting really popular on Amazon and they're getting a lot of good reviews. The claim is you can fill this up with pellets, set it on fire, and put it on your gas grill and be able to get some smoke flavor on your meat. We're going to put it to the test and compare this to an actual pellet smoker. Let's get started. All right, here we have our Snillinger #1 barbecue smoker tube in a 12-inch size, the square design. You can see it's got holes all around with opening on one end and holes on the other. Test this guy out, we're going to be doing some salmon today. Salmon absorbs smoke really well and should give us a pretty good idea of how well this tube actually applies smoke. We're going to be doing two types of salmon. We're going to do a honey balsamic glazed version and a lemon, butter, and dill salmon. So we're just going to chop these up in equal sizes, and as you can see, we're leaving the skin on. For the honey balsamic glazed version, we're going to be hitting it with a little bit of Killer Hogs, the barbecue rub. We've got a nice sweet flavor that should go well with our honey glaze. For our second salmon, we're going to melt down some butter. We're going to add a little bit of dill. Exact amounts are going to be in the description below. And then we're just going to add a lemon. Pretty simple. Go ahead and make sure it gets a good mix, and then we're going to go ahead and baste our salmon with it. Try to get some good coverage. You're going to want to use about 1/3 of the mixture because we're going to be basting twice during this cook with the remainder. Next thing we're going to do is hit it with a little bit of spice. I'm using a EYZ Barbecue Spice Rub. I find this one has really great flavor on fish and balances out a little bit of that butter. Alright, so here we have separated the two different styles of fish across two different trays. We're going to be putting one of these in the gas grill with the smoke tube and one in the pellet grill. As a final step, I like to hit them with a little bit of extra dill right before we load them up into our smokers. Here's what these guys look like now. Alright, now let's get into the tube. We're going to be using pellets today because they claim you can use pellets to smoke on a gas grill with this. As you can see, pellets are a little bit more of a pain in the ass to load than wood chips would be. Those are much easier. Probably should have used a funnel or something, but this is what we got. Now we're going to use the same pellets and load up our pellet smoker. This is obviously much easier to do. Okay, now time to light the pellets up in the tube. Attempt number 1, I'm just going to use a regular lighter. It doesn't really seem to be working. Attempt number 2, we're going to use a matchstick and stick it in a little bit deeper for a little bit longer. While we got a little bit of burn and smoke, this also did not catch fire. For attempt number 3, I'm going to throw in a wax starter cube. Drop it in, light it on fire, and let it burn until the pellets catch. This actually did work. After about 10 or 15 minutes, we had a good fire and the pellets were burning pretty steadily. As you can see, we have our gas grill already lit and coming up to temp at 300. Let's go ahead and load up our fish into each of our cookers. And as you can see here, one thing about this tube is it will take up room on your grill, so just keep that in mind. I know that's probably obvious, but it's worth noting anyway. Now we'll go ahead and load up the pellet grill. Same process here, nothing fancy. We're going to let these guys go for about 10 minutes and then we're going to baste our lemon ones. While that's going, we're going to go ahead and make our glaze. We're starting with some brown sugar, some soy sauce, balsamic vinegar, minced garlic, crushed red pepper, honey, and a beer for the pitmaster. When it comes to making the glaze, there's nothing special here. If you want the recipe, see the amounts in the description below. Just throw them all into a pot and put them on a slow simmer. After about 10 minutes, it's time to baste our lemon salmon. We're going to use more of that lemon and butter mixture. As you can see, our tube is still smoking. We're about maybe a third of the way through it. We're going to go ahead and hit the other ones on the pellet grill with the same. This adds a little moisture, and then we're going to repeat this process in another 10 minutes. After a total of 20 minutes, we've rebasted our lemon ones, and we're going to be adding our glaze to the other ones. We're going to let this go for another 10 minutes, at which point, here's what we got. On the bottom, we have the ones that were in the pellet smoker. Real nice coloring, pretty even cook, nothing got burned. Pretty satisfied with this cook. Nothing looks over smoked. This is pretty much the standard of how I like my salmon. And here we have the fish that was cooked on the gas grill with the tube. A little bit darker, but still pretty great coloring. A little bit of burning, perhaps in the basting. Here they are side by side. On top we have the pellet, on the bottom we have the smoked tube. You guys can decide which one looks best while me and my peeps take a taste and vote on which one tastes the best. This was a completely unanimous ass whooping. Every single person preferred the pellet grill. Let's talk about why.
All right, so it totally sucks. Why? Couple reasons. One, huge pain in the ass to light these. Two, they burn way too fast. So we only did a 30-minute cook, and we filled it up about 3/4 of the way, and we almost burned through all of it in that 30 minutes. So unless you want to keep refilling this over and over, not an ideal solution. Three, there was really no smoke flavor added whatsoever. The pellet smoker went through way less pellets and added much more flavor. This is not worth the $10 on Amazon. Take that money, buy a new rub, buy a new sauce. My recommendation, if you want to smoke on a non-smoker, use some soaked wood chips or even chunks of wood. Even on a gas grill, get them real close to the flame and let them burn. If you guys like what we're doing, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And if you guys want to get sneak peeks of upcoming episodes and just check out my other barbecue shenanigans, take a look at the links to the Facebook and Instagram pages below. Those are updated pretty regularly and contain some pretty cool behind the scenes stuff too. Thanks again for watching. Don't buy one of these. If you have one and you disagree, let me know. Be sure to stay tuned. We got some more cool stuff coming up soon. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.